Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. So the time is finally upon us. Alpha 3.14 has now gone to Wave 1 with the Evocati, so let us check out the patch notes. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members who help me to make these kinds of videos. If you do enjoy my content and would like to help even further, be sure to follow the link to my Patreon page below, and also be sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, as with all initial releases, the first patch does not contain all the intended features, which will be added iteratively to the notes as they implement them into the build. Also, this particular build has some very specific focus, which I will get to in a second, but has since concluded and is now offline until the next build. Now, I have heard that this build around Crusader is very GPU intensive, and currently anything less than a 1080 Ti will struggle. However, there are some graphical options being added into the settings, so you may be able to drop them to low and get better FPS. Hopefully this just becomes more optimized over the course of 3.14's rollout. So the testing focus is, as CIG puts it, hyper-focusing on Crusader and Orison and the gas cloud tech. Many of the features are partially in, but they will let people know when they are ready for feedback. Included in this is all the ships and ship functionality, with many of the features visible in game, but they are not complete or fully tuned, and as such their current functionality could not be the intended functionality. So in this build we've got Crusader, Orison the landing zone. There are also limited ships for the test, which are the Aurora MR, the Mustang Alpha, the Gladius, the 300i and the Vanguard Warden. Orison for this build is also the default spawn location, so they can get more focus there. So, new features in this build include the new planet Crusader, of course, and its main city Orison, which says it is comprised of a latticework of platforms suspended in mid-atmosphere on the gas giant Crusader, and is considered one of the most picturesque locations in Stanton. The new Babbage Hospital interior is in as well, saying that they are adding the interior of the new Babbage Hospital with the first pass, including the lobby and additional remodeling of the lobby near the Habs to accommodate the hospital and gameplay in future releases. So it's ready for medical gameplay, not coming in 3.14 unfortunately. I think it's coming in 3.15 now, so they are just planning ahead. So for core tech, we have Planetary Volumetric Clouds version 1. This says it is the initial version of a bespoke system to convincingly render multi-layered volumetric clouds of varying scale within planetary atmospheres, with the initial version meant for the gas giant Crusader. It also mentions that the current cloud tech is still in active development and not final yet. There's ongoing work on signed distance field occlusion, which should help alleviate the graphical artifacting, which is showing up as little visual dots in the cloud. Additionally, they are working towards having local visual effects for the clouds, similar to the gas clouds around rest stops, which will make a big difference in overall quality. So it does sound like the clouds are only coming for Crusader in 3.14 and not the rest of Stanton's celestial bodies, which I hope I am wrong there, as it will be a very big shame if that's the case. It may be that they are rolling out the clouds to other planets in 3.14, I don't know, but from the wording, to me this does not mean all other planets. Anyway, moving on, it looks as though CIG are beginning to add graphical setting options, which will be great to help with lower end PCs struggling to keep up with Star Citizen's presets. Now, they have added volumetric cloud graphics options. They've also added low, medium being the default, and high render distance for ground clutter, which will allow us to pick the distance from the camera at which scattered objects spawn in. Plus, they've added terrain tessellation distance, again being low, medium being the default, and high. So very happy to hear graphical options are now a thing. It should really help spread the requirements out and make it a little easier for lower end PCs. We will see what we can achieve with my PC. Fingers crossed we can get it all maxed out, but we'll see. So there are 29 major bug fixes, and some of them include the player's friend list in-game is no longer capped at 50, which is excellent. Loading screens should not be enlarged and zoomed in on higher aspect ratios. Players' O2 levels should no longer deplete after using quantum travel. They've fixed an issue causing the ECN alert mission countdown timer to not display. Weapons placed in ship weapon lockers should now persist in all ships correctly when it has been stored and retrieved. Mission giver AI will not break if an NPC sits in their seat first. When you throw a grenade, it should no longer have a chance to reappear in your hand, never a good sign, or throw with a desync and the explosion have no visual effects. That is a great fix. Grenades have been very temperamental, to say it lightly. They've fixed an issue where players could not fire an FPS weapon directly after switching or reloading until the second left mouse button press. Players should no longer remain in aim down sights when reloading an FPS weapon. Friendly AI ships during missions should now quantum travel away correctly. They've fixed an inner thought prompt issue while in a ship bed or non-pilot seat, preventing standing or logging out. Bartenders should no longer be missing from rest stop bars. They've fixed an issue causing players to be unable to claim their ships from the ASOP terminal claim button. That is a major fix as well. Armor shop mannequins should no longer be T-posing in Garrity Defense and other armor stores. That's a shame. Underground facility turrets should no longer be missing. Cruise control should no longer ignore the limiter when the player is not in the pilot seat. I hope that means that we can get out of our pilot seat while we're cruising along, as that seems to be broken at the moment. Wiping the helmet visor should now correctly clear the icing visual effects, and the power triangle should now function and be interactable within the MFD inside ships. Plus there are 4 client crash fixes, 4 server crash fixes, and a server deadlock fix. So there are some great bug fixes there. There are a few more lesser importance, I would say, but do check them out for yourself. I do link the patch notes in the description below. On another note though, there are many new files added in relation to other gameplay aspects, some of which are coming in 3.14, but others appear to be for 3.15, which include medical gameplay and cloning, refueling and hacking, capacitors, scanning and mining gadgets. Now I will likely break these down in a separate video to see if we can get any juicy information from them. Also, Theatres of War has been re-imported, so it looks like testing will continue sometime soon. Hopefully they will open it to a wider audience. I still think they will stick to Evocati, but we will see. We do have the Hull Seas basic loadout, which is as follows: 2 size 2 coolers, 2 size 3 shields, 1 size 3 power plant, 2 size 3 pilot guns, and 3 unknown turrets. 1 rear bottom, 1 rear top, and 1 front top. And finally, there are a number of files and entries hinting towards the RSI Polaris getting built, so we will see what comes of that. So that about sums up this video. I have linked the Star Citizen Leaks Discord channel in the description below, which is where I obtain all of my information from. But it is great to see 3.14 finally hitting Evocati PTU. I feel 3.14 will be a bit of a special build for me personally, with Crusader and Orison finally making it in. It'll be a complete Stanton system in terms of celestial bodies only, of course, which is really exciting for me. And hopefully the clouds can spread to all the other planets in 3.14, but at this point I'm just not certain. As usual, I will be keeping up with each Evocati patch as they go, and hopefully cover some of the other stuff mentioned earlier. But with that said, if you do enjoy my videos, please consider subscribing, and if you want to come and hang out over at twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Ryan, you are all more than welcome. Again, massive thank you to my patrons and channel members. All the links are in the description below. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind, and if you want to join the notification squad and be notified when my videos go live, tick that little bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.